When the night drapes itself over the city, the streets become a mirror, reflecting the hidden corners of our souls. In those quiet hours, many of us find ourselves staring into that mirror, only to see a reflection that feels stranger than the one we left in the morning. Have you ever felt the cold sting of betrayal linger in the air, like a whisper that refuses to fade? That ache, that gnawing suspicion, that urge to turn the knife back on the one who once held your heart. Does it feel like a silent promise you're making to yourself? It is a promise born from love's ashes, a vow to reclaim what was taken, to rewrite the narrative that the world has forced upon us. Imagine a love that once blossomed like a midnight rose, its petals shimmering with promise, only to wither under the weight of deceit. The heart, once a sanctuary, becomes a battlefield. The question that haunts you is not whether you should forgive, but whether you can ever truly let go of the shadow that clings to your chest. What if the path to healing is not a straight line, but a labyrinth where every turn echoes with the memory of betrayal? In the depths of that labyrinth, a darker truth waits, waiting for you to uncover it. You might think that revenge is a simple, linear act, an act of retribution that restores balance. Yet, the truth is far more intricate. It is a dance between the light you once knew and the darkness that now calls to you. It is a tug-of-war between your desire for closure and the part of you that believes justice must be served. In the quiet moments, when the world sleeps and the heart beats louder than ever, you may find yourself asking, is revenge a necessary step toward healing, or simply another wound that deepens the scar? The stories we hear about revenge are often framed as triumphs, victories over a broken heart, a vindication of the wounded self. But these narratives rarely pause to examine the cost of the revenge itself. What if the act of retaliation is not a final act, but a seed planted in the soil of your own psyche, waiting to grow into something that consumes the very love you once cherished? Could the desire to hurt back be a reflection of a deeper, more unsettling truth about how we process loss and betrayal? In this journey, we will not merely walk through the familiar paths of heartbreak and retribution. Instead, we will step into a realm where the emotional and the mystical intertwine, where the psyche's shadow holds secrets that are both terrifying and transformative. Think of the night as a veil that lifts to reveal hidden energies, a silent chorus of unseen forces that shape our actions when we are most vulnerable. Are you ready to explore the space where your love's echo meets the dark, where the promise of revenge might be a doorway to something far greater than you imagined? We will not give you the answers in the first breath. We will only ask you to listen, to feel, and to notice the subtle shifts that happen when you allow the darkness to speak. The stage is set, the lights dim, and the silence is thick with anticipation. It is in this hush that the most profound questions arise, and the most powerful truths begin to whisper. The next step will be the one that turns the tide, the one that reveals the hidden forces at play. Stay with us, and let the night guide you toward the shadowy heart of revenge after love, where the most unsettling yet liberating revelations await. When the silver disk of the moon hangs low, it does not merely cast light. It releases a quiet pulse that seems to vibrate against the hidden chambers of the mind. In those moments, you may feel a tug, not of wind, but of an unseen force, as if the universe itself is whispering a secret to the depths of your chest. Have you ever sensed that a particular song, a flicker of light, or a fleeting shadow could be more than mere coincidence? Could it be the universe nudging you toward a path you've long avoided? Consider the idea that every emotional wound plants a seed in the soil of the unconscious. Jung called this the shadow, a collection of repressed desires, fears, and instincts that lie dormant until a trigger awakens them. Yet the shadow is not a monolith. It is a mosaic of archetypal images, each speaking in its own tongue. The archetype of the wounded healer may surface when you yearn for vengeance, revealing that your desire to strike back is not purely a reaction to hurt, but a call to restore balance within yourself. Do you recognize the pattern of your own wound echoing back from the other side? A mirror that reflects your inner turmoil? Synchronicity, the phenomenon of meaningful coincidences, often signals that the veil between conscious intention and unconscious desire is thinning. Imagine walking past a shop that bears the name of the person who once held your heart, and the door swings open as if it had been waiting for you. That moment feels less like happenstance than a deliberate invitation from the cosmos. The universe, in its cryptic wisdom, may be offering you a choice: to step into the doorway of retribution or to walk past, leaving the door ajar for something else. What does it say about you when a single sign feels like a summons? The archetypal trickster also lurks within the shadow of revenge. This figure delights in subverting expectations, often using deception to reveal hidden truths. When you feel the urge to retaliate, the trickster may be coaxing you to test the limits of your own boundaries. Are you, perhaps, playing a game with your own heart, allowing the trickster to manipulate you into a cycle of hurt? Or are you wielding this archetype to break free from the pattern that has bound you? The trickster's presence reminds us that the path to healing is rarely linear. It is a dance of light and darkness, of truth and illusion. The heart, when viewed through the lens of mysticism, can be seen as a crystal prism. Light that enters this prism refracts into hidden spectra, each representing a different facet of the self. In the context of revenge, the prism may reveal not only the pain that fuels you, but also the potential for growth. By consciously observing the colors that emerge, anger, sorrow, longing, you can begin to map the terrain of your shadow. How might you cultivate this awareness? Start by journaling the dreams that visit you at night, for dreams are the theater where the unconscious speaks most freely. When a dream appears, hold it as a map and trace its contours with curiosity rather than judgment. The more you chase the shadow of vengeance, the more it seems to grow, like a vine that coils around your core, tightening with each step you take toward retribution. This vine, while initially alluring, can become a prison if left unchecked. Do you want to let the tendrils of resentment feed on your hope, or do you wish to sever them with a blade of compassion? The choice is yours, yet the consequences linger in the quiet moments after you act. By embracing the mystery of your own shadow and acknowledging its presence, you give yourself the chance to transform the darkness into a source of strength rather than a weapon of harm. As the night's hush settles deeper, the threads of our exploration begin to knit into a single, resonant fabric, each strand subtly influencing the others in ways that are felt more than seen. You've journeyed through the shadow's quiet corridors, walked beside the trickster's sly grin, and felt the universe's gentle push in moments that seemed almost accidental. In this twilight space, the patterns that once appeared disjointed now ripple together, forming a cohesive symphony that speaks to the heart's hidden rhythms. The energy that once seemed chaotic now hums with a steady pulse, inviting you to pause and breathe in the collective resonance of all that has unfolded. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest, where the trees are not trees, but the accumulated echoes of your own past choices. The canopy above is a tapestry of intertwined histories, each leaf reflecting a memory, a feeling, a decision. The forest silence is not empty. It is a living, breathing archive that holds the knowledge of every step you've taken. As you walk forward, the path beneath your feet shifts, guided by the unseen currents that have been quietly steering you all along. The forest shadows play across the ground, reminding you that darkness and light coexist, each necessary for the other's definition. In this way, the forest becomes a metaphor for the intricate dance between revenge and healing, a place where the two can meet without one overpowering the other. The deeper you venture into this forest, the more you notice how the wind carries scents that are both familiar and foreign, sweetness from a distant memory and the sharp sting of unresolved anger. These aromas mingle, creating a fragrance that is neither wholly pleasant nor entirely repulsive. Yet, in their mingling, there is a hidden promise, that each scent carries a lesson, a chance to learn how to navigate the space between what you desire and what you truly need. The wind's whisper invites you to listen, to discern the subtle differences between the call of vengeance and the call of growth. It is in this listening that the forest's true guidance becomes apparent, not as a command, but as an invitation to trust your own intuition. At this juncture, the light filtering through the canopy begins to shift. It no longer merely illuminates. It transforms, revealing hidden pathways that were once concealed. These pathways, once thought to be dead ends, now reveal themselves as corridors of possibility, each leading toward a different understanding of the self and the other. The light's dance across the forest floor is a reminder that perspective can change the very nature of a place. It encourages you to view your journey not as a linear progression, but as an ever-evolving tapestry of moments that intertwine to create a richer, more nuanced narrative. The forest's heartbeat, a subtle thrum beneath your feet, syncs with your own pulse, reminding you that you are part of this ecosystem. The rhythm is not a command, but a dialogue, a mutual recognition that you are both a traveler and a contributor to the forest's ongoing story. In this shared rhythm, you find a sense of belonging that transcends the individual experience, connecting you to the larger, unseen currents that guide all of us. The forest's presence, in its quiet authority, offers a sanctuary where the weight of past hurts can be gently set down, not to be buried, but to be acknowledged and understood. Reflecting on this journey so far, you may notice that the forest's lessons have begun to echo in the spaces between your thoughts. The paths you once feared now seem to beckon, not as destinations, but as invitations to explore the depths of your own psyche. The shadows that once seemed ominous are now simply part of the forest's character, reminding you that every darkness holds the potential for growth. As you stand at this threshold, the forest's whisper grows louder, urging you to step forward with both courage and curiosity, ready to discover the next chapter of your story. In the quiet aftermath of our journey through the Shadow's labyrinth, the most profound revelation surfaces not as a new fact, but as a shift in how we perceive the very fabric of our being. The darkness that once seemed a tyrant is, in fact, a mirror reflecting the depths of our own resilience and the untapped reservoirs of compassion that lie dormant beneath our skin. When we allow ourselves to sit beside the echo of our pain, we begin to see that the urge to strike back is not a final act, but a doorway, an invitation to step beyond the confines of hurt and into a space where we can rewrite our own narrative. It is in this space that the paradox of revenge dissolves. The act of retribution, when viewed through the lens of the psyche's shadow, is less about the other and more about the self. It is a process of reclaiming agency, a moment where we refuse to be defined by the wounds inflicted upon us. Yet, if we cling too tightly to the desire for vengeance, we risk letting the shadow consume the light we once held dear. The true challenge, then, lies in balancing the need to honor our pain with the imperative to cultivate healing. We must learn to let the shadow teach us, rather than command us. The forest of our inner world, once dense with uncertainty, now reveals a path illuminated by the soft glow of our own intuition. The wind that once carried only whispers of doubt now carries the scent of possibility, urging us to trust the unseen currents that guide us toward growth. In this sense, the journey becomes a dialogue between the conscious and the unconscious, a conversation that invites us to listen, to ask, and to respond with the courage that only true self-awareness can muster. The final insight that lingers beyond the words spoken is this: the most powerful act of love is not to conquer the darkness, but to illuminate it. By acknowledging the shadows that haunt us, we grant them the freedom to transform, to become allies in our quest for wholeness. In doing so, we create a space where the wounds of the past are not buried but integrated, where the desire for revenge is replaced by a deeper understanding of our own capacity for renewal. The true practice begins now, as we stand at the threshold of a new dawn. We are no longer passive recipients of fate, but active participants in a dance that weaves the threads of pain, hope, and resilience into a tapestry of meaning. Each step forward is an affirmation that we are not defined by the hurt we have endured, but by the strength we choose to cultivate in its wake. Let this realization settle into the core of your being, a quiet, steady pulse that reminds you that every shadow you confront is an invitation to grow. May you carry this awareness into every moment, allowing the hidden energies that once fueled your longing for revenge to become a quiet, guiding light. In that light, you will find not only the closure you seek, but also the freedom to love again, unburdened by the chains of the past. The journey is long, the path winding, but with each breath, you step closer to the truth that lies at the heart of your own shadow, that you are both the creator and the healed, the seeker and the sanctuary.